about weight loss, and that the woman with the confidence, she had lost like 40 pounds. I know that when I leave here after 30 to 45 minutes, I'm sweating. I think it's great workout. I mean, do people come specifically for that too?
Yeah, absolutely. And there are people that do say on the phone or in an email, I need a different way to exercise because I hate going to the gym, or I've tried everything under the book and I want to do something where I don't go just thinking about the fact that I am going to exercise. What's great about this is that it's social, it's interactive, and when you're dancing, because you're thinking about your steps or thinking about your technique or your arm styling, whatever it is that you're working on in that day, the exercise is just something that always ends up happening whether you're thinking about it or not. And even myself, when I started, I was a week out of college, and I lost 40 or 45 pounds the first couple months that I was here without even meaning to. It was just because I was active in a
accidentally lost 40 pounds.
Literally, I was just active in a different way. It's different than, and I do work out now too, I know you do as well, so it's different than, just cardio or strength training. You're using different parts of your body that you don't use on a normal basis because your arms are up in frame, so your posture is there, or even just, taking a longer stride. I mean, we don't practice walking and taking long strides. At least I don't.
No, and also breathing when it comes to dance, I think is a really big thing. With I also do yoga as well, so between yoga and dance, we so often when we get very stressed out or our breathing becomes very shallow, right? But dance, it teaches you to take deeper breaths and to really be able to sit with it, especially in partnering dance, I would imagine. Don't you kind of match the breath a little bit?
You do. It's interesting. Yoga is just something I recently started doing, and I've been more aware of that in teaching. It's really funny that you bring that up because there's so many different ways that you can get couples to connect with each other. We were talking about that before. And I have found that helping them maintain a common level of breathing helps, because I think a lot of times, I know I'm guilty of this, when I'm dancing, sometimes I forget to breathe.
Well, you breathe, but probably only not as much as you should.
Right, especially if there's a performance aspect to it. It's like, you just kind of go into a different place, and so I've been more aware of that, and that adds to the relaxation part of it too, because when you really do focus on your breathing and where it's going, I think that it helps out a lot.
And I think that that's very important. Everything that we've been talking about is so important, but I also want to, we have only a minute left, but I want to talk about the fact that whatever you do, whether it's dance or whether it's something else, you mentioned it a couple times, I kind of alluded to it, that joyful aspect. If you're going to be able to do something, there's so many different options out there, choose something that makes you happy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so blessed that I get to do what I love every day. But I would agree. It doesn't have to be dance. It could be anything that makes you happy, but it's important to find time to be able to do that because life is short. We all work really hard, and we have to find, even if it is, like some people here, 45 minutes a week, because there's no amount of time that you have to come. It's so important to find that time for yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And can you give us a website, your website?
Yeah, it's arthurmurrayofdanbury.com.
Okay. arthurmurrayofdanbury.com.
Correct.
Wonderful. Nicole, thank you so very much. I'm very honored to have you here. And please, I encourage you, each of you, to dance a little, even if it's around in the kitchen. If you want to explore some options of ballroom dance, I highly recommend it. Or whatever it is that can lift you up and that appeals to you, brings a little joy into your life, please add it back in and have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, so right now we are watching Heather dance salsa with her instructor, Andy. And this is one of her favorite dances that she started doing when she came in. So basically what Andy did when she came into our studio for the first time was asked her some of her interests and showed her a few of the dances, and she was able to narrow down to a few that she wanted to work on. So right now they're doing just some basic salsa moves. And Andy is one of our full-time teachers. He has been with us, it'll be 4 years in October. He started working at an Arthur Murray in Manchester, New Hampshire, and transferred to Connecticut for a job opportunity with us. And he is one of our best producing instructors as far as lessons, the amount of time that he's in the studio. He's currently our dance director, which means that he's in charge of training the rest of the staff and any new staff on their certifications in dancing, but also setting the dance standard in the studio as far as what we teach and how we teach it to our students. And he also competes professionally in smooth style dancing with his partner Tara, who's also one of our instructors here. So he is been working with us, like I said, for 4 years and does a great job. Students really love his personalization and his personality. And as you can see, Heather is smiling ear to ear, so I think he's doing a good thing with her. So right now they're doing just some open steps, some underarm turns, just keeping the dance moving, which is really important for salsa. And you can see they're having a lot of fun. It's hard not to. And salsa is a very popular Latin dance right now, especially in the greater Danbury area, Norwalk, Stamford, even in Hartford area, New York City. There's a lot of Latin and salsa clubs that people will talk about going to or see people dancing. It can be danced in a frame like they're doing right now, or in a two-hand hold. A lot of opening positions. Get to use some of your hip motion. You can see her skirt is moving all over the place, which is also a lot of fun for the woman as well.